Coming to you live from our studio, our kitchen studio in the deep woods of North Florida. It's the Randy and Tammy Show.
He's been waiting all day.
Good evening. Finally got to sit back up out here in the kitchen. I was excited about it. Tammy didn't want to because we got to lug all this equipment out here, and she somehow maneuvered her way out of doing any of that tonight.
I did.
So that's okay.
Y'all. It's been a long day.
But it is so glad to have this kitchen together. We are, like she said in the video, 95%.
Yep.
Okay. And I need for you guys to let me know if you can hear us.
Yeah.
And how is the video coming through? Everything looks good on my end.
So far, so good.
Check. Check. 1, 2. It's bouncing. I am glad to see you guys out there in that room. Looks beautiful. Yes, it does.
Thank you.
And we did see your comment earlier on the videos, on the video comment section. There's been so many comments. I'm kind of overwhelmed.
He'll get to them.
I'm probably going to have to come up with one general comment and cut and paste it. But, you know, we do appreciate everybody who has watched the video and commented on it. Yes, it has been a long time coming.
And I am so proud of it. I am just so proud.
She is. I'm the one that's proud of it. I'm proud of surviving Tammy and her sister.
Oh my goodness.
Oh gosh. So anyway.
But it is up. It is running. I've made 2 meals out here so far.
Not cooking video meals.
Yeah, not cooking video. Just
today
me
was our
using
actual.
the kitchen. Yeah.
Today was my actual first really home cooked meal, down home style.
Yeah.
No more fish sticks in a bowl.
Yeah, I was digging deep in that freezer. Anything didn't take me 10 minutes.
No more eggs for breakfast or dinner.
Yep.
Hi from the Space Coast. Who do we got here? I got to make that text bigger.
Yep, I can't see it.
You guys are going to have to bear with us. We are definitely not. I think that's a new name. Best Life. Hi from the Space Coast. You must be down at Cape Canaveral. Ooh, it's storming there. My mom and dad are getting ready to go on a cruise out of Canaveral. And so anyway, yeah, here we are out here in the kitchen. You guys need a better view of it and you haven't seen the video, you can go watch the video. Ain't that right?
Yeah.
Yep, it goes from one side to the other.
It does.
I mean, I could kind of zoom out a little bit here, just show you a little bit more of it. I like it. I love it. I see some more of it.
I don't know. It looks awful shiny.
Hold on. I'm going to reset that camera and put us all out. There we go.
My head looks like I have a halo.
Yeah. I have to work on the lighting out here.
Yeah.
I put up these, probably what I need to do is paint the inside of these. I got to paint the inside of those, you know, I got those, what do they call them? Shop lights, you know, the aluminum heads, and they are bright.
Yeah. Works good for the kitchen, but it doesn't work so good for a video.
But I think I'm going to paint the insides of those so they're not so reflective. And we have Best Life. Best Life, what's your name? We need your name. Well, we don't need it, but if you want to be called Best Life 8709, or we just call you 8709?
No.
There's 8709 Best
Call
Life.
her Bestie.
Bestie.
Bestie. Besti. Bestie. Never mind.
It says Best Life.
I know what it says.
Bestify. Bestify. Anyway, you know. So anyway, if you have been watching our videos and you see me in any of it, you kind of understand what's going on here. Yeah.
Lena.
Lena. All right, Lena. Good to see you. We've got some other viewers down there in your area. We've got Miss Marlene. She's down there. I think she's below you. She's in Delray Beach. She is a regular viewer. Love her to death. And Marlene, I don't know if you caught this, but Marlene is a regular contributor to our coffee fund.
Yeah.
And so about once a month, she makes a little contribution to our buymeacoffee.com/allaboutLiving. And we've taken the last 6-8 months of her contributions, and it actually, I thought I would have enough money for all the material.
Yeah.
But we got to about like right here, halfway through. If you seen where I was screwing up that one 2x2, and we were done. Anyway, so I tapped the Buy Me a Coffee fund, and
we've been leaving it alone so that it.
Yeah, I was going to save it for a rainy day.
Yep.
And it was, and I thought it was something to put to good use.
Yep.
Put it to good use for.
Well, we did.
So, Miss Marlene, if you're watching, I
Thank
know you're probably going to
thank
see
you,
this
Thank you. Yeah.
in a little bit, but I want to thank you so much. We're going to have your name and we're going to paint it Miss Marlene right there on the back of that shelf. So all these shelves right here, but you owe me for the labor. Okay.
So
I was able to get the material, but you go, now you owe me for the labor. Tammy is an angel.
No, she bets on
Ooh, boy, she is the sweetest, most vicious angel in the world. Now, of course, I've been married to her for 38 years.
Yeah.
Okay. I am the only one that gets her head bit off.
Yeah, he gets the good, the bad, the ugly. Everybody else gets good.
Yeah. When she goes to the outside world, she's the sweetest thing in the whole world. When she walks in that door,
not that bad.
They know, honey. Yeah. They're not stupid. They know that you keep me in line. Or she tries to keep me on, but I got to keep her in line too. We was trying to decide the other day who the boss was. But she says funny. Opposites attract, right? So she's a boss and I'm a boss. You can't have two bosses. So how opposite could you be? Isn't it right?
Something like that.
Something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, I just kind of like to well, that's a good, what do you want to call that? That's a good explanation or whatever. Anyhow, why you see she's doing it again?
I do.
You got something to say? Speak up so I don't have to talk. Go ahead. Start saying something. Do you have off the grid homestead there? We can be, but we're not.
We're not. We still have power.
Tammy's philosophy, I still, we can, we got generators and solar panel and, everything we have is a 12 volt, all the light, well, except for the refrigerator and freezers.
Yeah.
But no, we're not like off the grid.
Yeah.
Tammy's
long
philosophy.
As the power keeps running, we're gonna keep you.
Yeah. See, that's what it is. Yeah. As long as we can get it, we'll take it.
Yeah.
So right now,
as long as we can afford it, okay. Yeah.
As long as we can take it and afford it, we're gonna do it. We're not really, even if we lost, all power and communications, we're pretty much set out here.
Yeah.
We do need to have propane fuel. Right. But if we didn't have propane,
we got plenty of wood.
We got plenty of woods around here and plenty of firewood, so we could probably do it like that too. When we first,
we could step off grid. Do I want to? No, not by any stretch of the imagination.
When we first moved out here, now we didn't have no power. We didn't have no power. We didn't have
water.
We didn't have water. All of the power and the water. And Let's see. We both think we're the boss. Yeah, you got that one.
Yeah.
So I mean, we had access to the water. We just had when we moved out here, it was pretty rough. I'm going to tell you. There was no income, there was no money.
Well, there was income. We were working.
We were working, but it wasn't
just,
it wasn't coming in fast enough
Yeah,
and in abundance enough.
Yeah. Like that.
Yeah. I mean, when you
wasn't that we weren't trying. We were working like dogs.
We were, yeah. And anyway,
Yeah.
that's another thing. I mean, we've got. If you want to know the story, you got to go back and dig in some of them old videos.
Old videos. We're done talking about it.
I'm done talking about it. I don't want to bore everybody that's been with us for a while. They keep hearing the same thing over and over. And and it's like when I meet somebody, and they want to know how we ended up kind of like we are. And then I got to go through and tell them the whole story again.
Right.
I'm going to tell you the whole story in one sentence. We were victims of the 2008 administration's Great Recession. 3 businesses by the wayside. So there we go. We're done.
Yeah.
Banks all shut down. They didn't have no money. And guess what? I couldn't get none.
Yeah.
So anyway, first 3 months we were out here, we did not have water.
Nope.
We transported water
by the gallon jugs.
Them big old 50-gallon.
We had one great big what they call them, tough trash cans. One of those they're not Rubbermaid. They're rough or tough.
They're the blue water catchment.
Yeah.
The big blue ones. You know which one I'm talking about. Water barrels. Anyway, we would go fill those up, and that's.
We had a tough and a water barrel.
Yeah.
That was it.
And then we built this outhouse.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we ended up having to do for that. And we were basically in the power. The power was almost on.
Yeah.
Relatively quickly after we got here, right?
Yeah, it was. We were out here like maybe 2-3 weeks before we got the power turned on.
Well, we didn't even know we were coming here at that time.
Yeah, we just made a decision to just.
I mean, we were trying to set it up. It's kind of like what everybody back in 2008 and 10 would call bug out, right? So we got this 3 acres. And we owner financed it, and we slowly started doing a little bit of this or that and the other, and we ended up with our 30-foot camper. There's Miss Marlene. Marlene, don't you dare go nowhere. I got something I want to say to you. We put that 30-foot camper up, and we would just come out like on the weekend and just kind of hang out, maybe clean up a little bit, get things ready. Well, the day came when we had to finally sign the paperwork and succumb to the foreclosure on the house. Yeah. Tammy says, "I'm tired. Let's go." She says, "You ready?" I said, "I'm ready." Yeah. I said, "Are you ready?" She says, "I'm ready." I said, "You think you can handle it?" And she says, "Oh, I know I can handle it." Uh-huh. And I told her, I said, "Baby, it's going to be rough. It's going to be rough, a little bit rougher than what you think." I was ready too, because I was struggling. I couldn't even work hard enough. I couldn't even manipulate funds hard enough. I couldn't juggle work. Nobody had money. Nobody could get financing from any of the banks, right? And wood flooring and house construction is all contingent upon banks, right? So there wasn't none. So, the mortgage company kept calling me up, and I said, "Yeah, you just gonna have to kind of let that slide." Next thing you know, realtor called me up on the phone. He says, "Randy, they want you to sign." So I said, "Okay, let's go." I was tired of it. That was too much stress for me. But since Miss Marlene is here,
yep,
I don't know, I've mentioned it a few times, and I'm going to mention it one more time because you are right here with us. Tammy and I, we love you, and we thank you deeply from the bottom of our heart for your entire support. Your monthly contributions to our Buy Me a Coffee fund, / all about buymeacoffee.com / all about living.
There you go again.
Yeah. And it's down in the link below if you'd
Yeah.
like to become a member of our coffee club.
Yeah.
But your contributions over the last number of months, 6, 8 months, 10 months, I don't know, but whatever it was, when I got to this point right here in that video where you saw that 2x2 going up, that's where my wood
Ran out.
ran out. Okay. And if it wasn't for your contributions,
Yeah.
these shelves
Yeah,
over
we
here
would.
on the back and on that side would not exist
Yeah.
yet. We'd had to wait till
Next month.
March 11th.
Yeah.
But
April
and I
11th.
would have gotten
April
I would
11th.
have gotten some more wood, and it would have taken a little bit more time. But these shelves belong to you.
Yep.
The only
thank you.
thing you owe me now is the cost of labor.
Listen to him.
That's what.
Just thank you, Miss Marlene.
Thank you so much, Miss Marlene.
And
We
don't
love
you
you.
dare cry. Don't you dare cry. We about cried, but don't you dare
Yeah,
cry.
we about did.
Yeah.
But I figured, I told you I would save that money for a rainy day, and I thought this was the perfect.
That was the rainy day.
I think this was the perfect opportunity to put that to use.
Yeah.
So thank you so much.
Yeah.
And I know all you other guys, you don't want to hear that stuff anymore, right? But
Yeah.
Miss Marlene, she's been a major part of our support.
Yeah.
For for the last couple of years.
Yeah.
She's been there. She's watched every single video.
Yes, she has.
And she has one of our highest number of hearts.
Yes.
I mean, what do you do when somebody says love and peace to the world?
Right.
You got to give them a heart.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's where you go right there. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to be doing a couple more videos on this kitchen area out here. One thing I didn't do is I did not go over the countertop. And if you'll look at the countertop in the videos, I don't think I'm looking at it on the screen here, and this camera really does not show it any justice. But Tammy absolutely loves this countertop.
I do.
I got a couple little oopses on sanding.
Yeah, he did.
And I'm not thoroughly happy
Right.
with the total outcome, but it's growing on me. My eyeballs are starting to overlook all the imperfections. Yeah. And when I look at it in the video that we did, for Tammy's reveal and the build. Now you got to understand, those are two different videos. Okay. The one was Tammy and how she came in and was talking about everything. She was like a little kid.
Yeah.
Little kid in a candy store, right? She's just
my
so excited.
Candy store.
When she gets bubbly and when she gets real excited, she turns into that person. And I love that person. And so she was just going around here, and I said, okay, honey, whatever you want to do. I would say, we ought to do this and we ought to do that. She says, no, we're doing this right here. Yeah. So I just followed her with the camera and did the best I could to edit through that. And then when I did the build, I put that in a separate video. I didn't want to overshadow, Tammy's limelight.
My happy. He didn't
her
want to
happy.
mess up my happy.
If I'd have come in
with
here
all those details about how he built stuff,
because we'd have definitely been at each other tooth and nails.
Oh.
I mean, I'd have been trying to explain how I put the 2x2 up and overlapped the plywood on the one end and allowed it to support the shelf, and then the 2x2s going around here. If I'd have been trying to do all that while she was showing off her kitchen, oh yeah, we'd probably had a cat and dog fight right there.
Yeah, right there, right on video.
So but now we got this all completed here. We are I got to get the sink hooked up. I need to get the water line attached to it. And let's see, I need to put in,
The backsplash.
yeah, I'm supposed to buy her, or I'm going to buy a piece of 1x4 spruce, like I used out here. And I'm going to put it up there along that edge. And I have to make an adjustment on an outlet for the stove. But other than that, that's about it.
No, I want some little pretty screws put up around because I need to put
The little thing, the screws that got a hook on the end of it, you screw it in.
Yeah, I gotta get a few of those.
We gotta get a few of those.
And I got to hang my bigger, I showed you my pot rack, and most of my pots are on there, but some of them are just really too big to hang there. Like my fish cooker is, I don't know, about that long. And then I have this really nice round muffin tin and a couple more pieces that I use them occasionally, but I don't use them all the time, and they really don't fit on that. So I want them on that wall on that end cap right there. So I got to figure out some kind of way to hang those. You get them up. Yep, right now they're inside the fifth wheel because I don't want to bring them out here until I can, hang them up and keep them oiled.
Yeah, once I I got to work on getting the lighting squared away. I don't know, how's the video look right there? This camera really isn't all that great. That Canon might do a whole lot better, but we got to get that situated so we don't have so much reflection in our eyeglasses, because I know you guys don't.
Yeah, I know y'all are going, what is in their glasses?
At least you can't see my eyeballs. But I got to fix that. And there's so much room.
I think it might be the glare off those jars up there.
And my new rig, for recording her videos, I got so much room out here to maneuver that thing. I got this little crane thing, and I got a new heavy duty. She don't care. I do.
Yeah,
I got this heavy duty. I got a tripod, and it's on wheels, and I can roll it. So as soon as I can smooth out the wrinkles on maneuvering and stuff like that, you're gonna see it's gonna be like Superman flying through the air.
Yeah, something like that.
But that's all a part of the video work. Those things just don't, they just don't happen on their own. So I know I make her look real good though.
He does. Really good camera work.
Especially those parts where I go cut and she goes, "What?
What?
What?" I cut that out. I ought to leave that in there. What? What? That's something else. Yeah. She is
or me going, hurry up. It's food. You can't just stand there and play with that camera. I need to do this right now.
I'm just trying to get the shot.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the shot. Well, I'm trying to get dinner. So just
beauty does not mean perfection.
No, it does not. Absolutely, it does not.
Yeah, look at me.
And that counter is, to me, perfect. Yes, he did accidentally smack the sides.
Is that what she's talking about?
But yeah, that's what she's talking about. But to me, it's perfect. I like it. Burn spots and all.
Yeah, she likes the effort that we put into for life.
Right.
You want to know what the main effort was? Getting through 38 years. It was our wedding anniversary.
Oh yeah, this last week.
March 21st.
Yeah.
And I didn't miss it. I didn't miss it.
I didn't miss it either.
She didn't know about it. When she woke up, I go, "Hey, happy anniversary, honey." I said it first.
It's because he got up first.
And I looked at, I was waiting because for the last 3-4 years, it'd be the next week.
Yeah,
I was going to go, "Honey, you realize that today's the 27th?
Yeah.
I said, our anniversary was on the 21st. So
yeah, we've done that. It's been about 3
every
years in a row. Yeah.
Yeah, 3-4 years in a row.
Forget. Just don't even look at calendars,
That's something else.
Don't know what that is.
I don't know if I put that on a post or not. I think I did.
Yeah.
Our anniversary, 38 years. But not everybody sees that. Not everybody watches the lives, and not everybody sees all the other videos.
Yeah.
So anyway, So if you guys are hearing repetitious stuff, it's so I can make sure that everybody gets a little bit of access to all the pertinent information.
Yeah.
Okay. What else is what else is going on? We've got we worked on. We're trying to get another batch of traps out. I am so anxious to get those done because I have some videos that I want to get to, especially for Cat. They're all, geared towards ham radio. That was supposed to be funny, Cat.
That's funny.
No, I ain't doing that. But I do have some videos of that coming out. And let's see, I got the boat. Oh yeah, we're moving on to the boat. Yeah. We're moving on to get that boat knocked out. All the parts and pieces are ready to put together.
Yeah.
And I've got quite a bit of footage on, the restoration of the boat. I have a little bit on my center console. Yeah. I'm getting ready to put a casting deck on the front of the boat. So we'll have a video of that.
It has been a long time coming. It's been about a year. He's been working on that boat. Maybe a little over a year.
It's been way.
It's been a while, but it's really starting to come together now. He can see it. He can see it.
I can feel it. The vibrations of that, coming together. Because I don't need very much more money, to get it done. I got a little bit more gel coat to put on the deck. And then once that's done, it's game on.
Yep. Then he's just got to put it all back, get it on the trailer, and get it all put back together.
Get on the trailer, install the center console, install the steering system, all that good stuff. And then, that's going to be great. And then we will get the boat on the water.
Yeah. And then we'll.
Tammy gave up on me.
Then
when I was fishing, crabbing regular, right? But since it's been a little while. She is so anxious to show you how much fun she's going to have working on a crab boat.
Oh, no. I'm going to show them how fun it is to just go out there crabbing. I'm not crabbing anymore. Oh, that is work, people. That is work.
I'll do
not just a little work. That is like back-breaking
work. It's not that bad.
Work. It is. That is
I'm going to tell you what. I lugged 1,800 pounds of lumber into a home twice a week for years.
Mm-hmm. You're a dude.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be able to do that.
Snatching up a crab trap, shaking it out of the water is really not all that big a deal. But
I was doing it. It was pretty rough.
Yeah, but we're gonna get it done. But we're not gonna go crabbing to make money this time around. We're gonna go crabbing. I might sell a couple boxes of crabs, a week. But mostly, we want to start enjoying, the seafood and the fish and so forth. And then I'm going to probably put the boat and the traps and the crab endorsement and the license up for sale. And probably, I don't know what I'm going to do, because that's a chunk of change that I got to dip into. And I could actually buy another boat and motor, for less than half than that, because the crab endorsement in the crab traps is in the RS, what they call a restricted species endorsement is what the the actual expense for purchasing that material is, or that license or whatever. I mean, it's not complicated, but if you actually understood that, there you go. Yeah. If you didn't, don't worry.
I doubt anybody understood that, but.
Actually, let's see. Hold on here, because Cat. I'd love to have space for a pot hanger. It actually looks pretty darn good. It does.
Oh, it does.
It does, doesn't it? But I need to move it a little bit closer to the wall, and then so it doesn't do all that wobbling stuff. I'm going to drill a couple holes through it. If you can remember how it is, it's got that metal ring that goes around. Drill a couple holes through that and get it close enough to the wall and screw that to the wall, and then that way it doesn't wiggle and jiggle, because every time we come in here, one of us
it's so funny,
of us, because I guess we're not used to it being there, so we cut that corner just a little too sharp, and bam
and
And that was the whole reason I took it down before, because I was trying to record Tammy's videos and I had to actually work around those.
Yeah.
And every time I get up in there to try to like record, you know, a real hot, fast onion cutting session, I bang my head.
Yeah, bang. So, yeah, now it's back up and we're banging again. But it's not that there's not plenty of room there. It's just getting used to going around it. Once you learn to go around, you hit your head a couple of times, you figure out and go around. It'd be just fine.
Yeah. So,
well, and there's supposed to be a little table under there too. That would make a big difference too. He's gonna build me a not another counter, but
I think I'm gonna do a roller cart.
Yeah, or something.
I'm gonna build a small frame, and I got the other half of this plywood for the countertop. It's birch, and I've probably got about 6, 7 coats, 8 coats of urethane on this one. You know, that Minwax urethane sucks. Don't buy that stuff. You know, if you really want urethane from a wood flooring guy, go to Home Depot and actually buy the wood flooring urethane. It's out 3 coats and you're done. And it would look a whole lot better than that too.
Yeah, we just bought urethane today.
I bought a quart because, you know, it was just, you know,
just
less
that
than
little,
20 square feet, 10 by 2, 20. Yeah. So, but after I put the first coat on there, I had to keep putting another coat. And I had to put another coat. And I had to put another coat. I had to put another coat. Now I tried to put the final coat on there. And I had to put another coat. So I sanded it. I scuffed it, you know, hand scuffed it. And I hand painted the urethane on there. Roller didn't work.
You need to hold still.
Why? Something bothering you? Why? What you got there?
I don't know. I thought it was a tick. I was like, oh my God, he's got a tick in his
crawling
eye.
in my eyeball?
No, it's not. It's not. I don't know what it is, but it's not a tick. But that's what I thought it was. Sorry, y'all.
It's okay.
Like a mama ape. I got to pick at him.
Oh. Yeah. I'm gonna put Marlene's name up right back here. Cat. All of these shelves right here are dedicated as soon as I collect for labor. They're all dedicated to Miss Marlene. She got a special place for us because every time she makes a comment or she, you know, that the notification comes through on the buy me a coffee, you know, I mean, we talk about it right then and there. It's not just a passing thing, you know. She's been so special in helping us keep going. You know, it's because of the comments from some of you guys that are regular.
Yeah, the ones
that really keep us going because, you know, I mean, commenters come and go and they may say something here and there, but we had a series of commenters on our channel and, you know, like them, I can't understand why we haven't gone viral. I mean, honestly, come on now. I do pretty good job on editing the video.
Yeah, but
I know, but we're old people.
Yeah.
It's not like Tammy wear a bikini and run out here into the kitchen.
Right.
You know?
I can't advertise underwear or anything, you know. So there's that.
Yeah. And you know, we but you know, I mean, the channel does do good. You know, all of our videos, we might get a thumbs down every once in a while, about once every 5 or 6 months. Somebody will give a thumbs down for whatever reason.
I don't think they're thumbs down. I think they accidentally hit the button. You know, I think when you go, most people are decent. They're not. I think they just miss the like button and hit the down. You know, I don't.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it anyway. I mean, if you don't like the video, just click out. You know, just click out.
But you know, it's like
I don't leave ugly comments or put a thumbs down on somebody's video because I disagree.
But every time we turn around, somebody saying awesome video, really loved it. You know, we get a lot of other comments on you know, even the videos that I put out, my fix it videos and the crab trap videos and the truck videos and all those videos. I mean, I get comments constantly about how, you know, the information that we've given them has been so beneficial. The videos are awesome. I really enjoyed, uh, you know, all the videos that you put out. Tammy, same thing. All the videos she puts out. And
Okay. That's
why are
enough.
you saying okay?
That's enough horn tooting.
No, but I'm trying to tell them why we keep going. You know, and that's the reason.
Yeah, the comments.
So you want me to say, okay, quit making comments. As soon as you stop making comments, we're gonna quit.
No, that's not what I say.
Yeah, but see, you know, her vision of the way of what should be said or what needs to be said is one way, and mine's the other.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess we both want to say the same thing, but it sounds different. I don't know.
Men are from Mars and women are from Venus. Okay.
There you go.
If there's any guys out there, they understand exactly what I'm saying. And I have to actually speak in different languages so that all the women who speak Venetian can understand it in one way or the other. See, Tammy, she can't get what I say ever. Ever. She is like, everything I say goes right over her head. Because she'll say something to me and I'll look at her and I'll go, that is not what I said, honey. Did you hear those words come out of my mouth? I think you need to go back and re-listen to everything that I just said. Because I said that. I said, how does this mean that? That's what I don't get. So, but that's kind of like, you know, we go, and that's a daily thing. Our translators are really having a hard time. You know, because we've been having to work together so closely on this kitchen. Looks like we're about 5 minutes behind. Everything is set to 0. You know what I could do? I got it set at 1080p, which means the data is having a hard time probably transferring itself. I could probably set this at 720 and get it to flow a little bit quicker. I thought 1080p would be good because you get a lot better picture. Tammy, if you would like to go ahead and converse for a moment, and then I'm going to go see if I can actually change that. I don't know if I can in midstream or not, but I'm going to give it a whirl. Oh, Marlene, she's crying. Or actually, she's probably laughing so hard her tears are going. That's usually what people put up when they start laughing so hard. It's like when I was telling the story about when I was farting in the bed, Tammy chased me out of the bed.
Yeah, they all needed to know.
Yeah,
about that.
well, see, but that's a cool joke. That's what guys like to hear. You know, the girls. I don't know about Tammy, but you know. I thought it was funny. I got back into bed after she kicked me out, and I went there and I did it again.
Yeah.
And I just sit there laughing my rear end off. I farting my rear end off. I'm going to go see if I can change the settings on that.
He's probably going to mess it up and we're going to disappear.
Well, hopefully not. Let's do the video. See, I got it. 1980, 1080 output. Tammy, you need to talk and say something.
I don't know what
quit
to say.
Trying to. What do you mean you don't know what to say? What's your next cooking video going to be so we can get ready for it? How about that? See, it's all up to me, guys.
I like duh.
I think I'm gonna have to. I think I'm gonna have to on the next live stream. On the next live stream, I'm going to. I'll reset the data stream so that more bits of information can be transmitted at a higher rate of speed. I'm using the 1080p because I wanted to, I'm trying to get to be that professional streamer, right?
Yeah.
Where we have a sharp picture and everything looks awesome. But I'm going to, but we'll go back into the prehistoric age of 720. Lost power here. Ugh. Hope everyone has a good evening. Catch you later.
Oh,
I'm
goodness.
sorry, best of luck. Yeah, they were there in the middle of a storm.
Yeah.
Oh, Wanda Chickenly. Wanda, do you see our videos? Did you see Tammy's videos yet? She has a video where she comes in all googly face and stuff like that, and admiring and showing off her new shelves and stuff. And then we got the one where I actually put it together, the one that really counts. We got if we're 5 minutes behind.
That's a big lag. Yeah.
If we got 5 minutes behind, I'm so sorry about that lag, guys. 5 minutes.
That's a long lag.
Yeah.
I don't know how we're gonna do a live with a 5-minute lag.
I will.
I depend on you guys's,
her comments to strike a chord in her brain to give her something to talk about.
I don't really have anything until somebody asks me about.
But then
something.
again, last week somebody said, some people were really behind and some people weren't. Yeah. I'm just wondering. I think I know what might be causing it. It might be the monetization aspect of it. Because if they get like an ad that pops up in the middle of the stream of a live, the live picks up where it left off for them. So everybody's going to be at different everybody's going to be at different streams. So I just make sure, and I keep meaning to do that, turn that monetization off. And then what I'll do is when we get done with the live, I'll go back and I'll turn it on. That way everybody who didn't show up has to watch an ad.
Commercials.
Yeah, watch a ad. That's how we really make our money. And we make our money through super chats, so you can make a super chat donation and it will go straight to our cause.
Yeah, but buy me a coffee is the best way.
Yeah, buymeacoffee.com/allaboutLiving. And then Randy and Tammy will pop right up there. That's the best way. YouTube takes, quite a percentage. Buy Me a Coffee takes only like 3 to 5%.
Oh, Kat that is too cute, Kat. That is too cute. She said, what I was saying, Randy, is that the video on the ham radio should be dedicated to Kat because you know how I love the ham radio stuff.
Yes. Well, see, I wanted to say that, but Tammy, last time I started rubbing in ham radio, she says I kind of like hurt your feelings or something.
Yeah, I did. I thought he went a little too far, but that is cute. That is cute. He will dedicate that video.
That video is going to be dedicated to you, Kat.
Yeah.
And
whether you watch it or not.
Yeah.
He does love his ham radio, but he gets so carried away, and he will talk about it for hours upon hours. And we went. One of his friends from his radio
the founder
club,
of our ham radio operators club.
Yeah, invited us over, and we're actually going to get bees. And he said that the process through the state for the getting the license for the bees is no big deal, and that they don't bother you. They just come make sure you don't have any bad bees, and then they let you go. We're going to get a set. So anyway, we went over there to see his bees. But then it was too windy, and we couldn't really see.
We still got to see.
We got to see them, but he couldn't pull anything out or show us anything because it was day before yesterday, and today have been super, super windy. And so anyway, and to have dinner. So he cooked ribs and sweet potatoes and
Tammy took coleslaw. We had some pie.
Yeah, I took coleslaw and I took a little cake.
But what does that have to do with ham radio? We was talking about
the ham radio.
yeah.
he
Now
went-
we're talking about
anyway, he was
barbecue
over there
ribs.
because you just go to talking. You have the floor.
No, you have the floor. I'm just tripping over something.
Anyway, to make that long story short, so it'll make him happy, he spent all morning looking up stuff.
Oh, today.
Yeah, all morning long
Yeah.
he spent on the internet looking up stuff to get a system like his friends.
Well, I went out
And-
there. Now he is.
And that's where the story was going.
Oh.
We were over at their house and
Oh,
he was
and I
looking
tell
at
you-
all his stuff.
Yeah.
He's like, well, I gotta have that. I gotta have that.
I said, no, what I told Tammy is I said, you see that? That's what I'm working towards, just so you know.
Mm.
But he's got one particular antenna that's up that I really would like to go ahead and build. And it's not quite a beam antenna, but it's it's called a folded dipole, and it's got a larger bandwidth, and it's got a little bit more reach and a little bit higher gain. And so, yeah, I'd like to try and build it. And it's just wire. So I'm gonna dedicate that one to Kat. I'm gonna be thinking about you the whole time I'm building that antenna. You watch.
Okay.
Or I can dedicate the next video I'm gonna do. I got this little. We're gonna build a antenna out of tape measure. I already got it. We're gonna build that one here soon. That's actually for the Ham Radio Operators Club. Yeah, we did a antenna build. I told you guys about that last week. Yeah. Don't talk about ham radio, Randy. We don't want to talk about no antenna. We're not allowed to talk about that kind of stuff. If it doesn't have to do with
Oh, my
cooking and
goodness.
canning and stuff like that, I know, because she thinks all you ladies are interested in is cooking.
Well, pretty much if you're watching a
No, if they're watching us, they're interested in some conversation. You know, it doesn't have to be about food. Although I did have a great dinner tonight. Tammy, oh yeah, I'm going to redo a couple of videos, and it'll be for you ladies, and you guys need to watch it. Because when you go to cook for your loved ones, they're going to love you for it. We're going to remake. I'm going to show you how to make that butt rub again. I don't know if Miss Annette's watching, but Miss Annette, when I did the first video, which is really old, and the camera sucked, the sound sucked, music sucked, everything sucked about that video. I mean, back in the day when we were starting out learning how to do the videos, I said, wow, Tammy, look at this. This is real good. We created something.
I still don't see where he says there's.
But Miss Annette, she made the butt rub.
Yeah.
Okay. And she had Randy's butt rub written on the jar, and it was up inside of her pantry, right? She lives up in Canada. I think she's in Toronto, if I'm not mistaken, or Ontario, one of those.
Anyway, she's a really sweet lady.
Yeah,
she's
she's
a commenter.
I think she is in
Nice.
Toronto, and she's been going. She's had 4-stage
Yeah,
for a long time.
been
and
having
she's
lots of
been
health
going through
problems.
some. She was on the
live
live
last week.
well
yeah,
2
or
weeks ago, because
2 weeks ago, yeah.
yeah, last week, guys, I when we got done working out here, we had just finished all this up, and we were painting and trying to get it wrapped up. And when I went inside, it was like 5 minutes to 7.
7, yeah.
Or
Last
10
one- we
minutes
just-
till 7 o'clock. And I'm going, oh, crap.
Yeah, we just did not. We just lost all track of time.
Just
By the time we looked at the clock, it was too late to do the live. I mean, there was no way to get the equipment set up, and
rush.
Yeah,
Rush.
there's no way.
So,
so
but
we're sorry.
I figured that this week would probably be a good week to do it. We could follow up on that. On this great build that I did for Tammy.
Yes.
I
I still looking around in amazement. If y'all watch me, just my eyes keep going up.
it's going to take some getting used
Used
to,
to.
because these shelves hadn't been full even a week yet. And when you walk in, it's kind of like,
Oh, there it is. There
There.
it is.
it's like when I got a light switch put in. I come outside, because usually we just plug the lights into extension cord, right? But I actually put the light switch in there, so I come in and out of the pole barn and I flip the light
It
switch
flip the
up and
light
down.
switches all
And
the
it goes
time.
up and down. It's really cool.
Yeah.
What I was saying, Randy, said the video on the radio should be. Oh, I already
That's the
read.
one.
That's an old
Yes,
one.
that's the old
Okay.
They're not coming through very fast.
No, they're not. So what was it? What was we talking about? Oh,
Just the kitchen. Oh, I was saying, I just keep looking around.
yeah.
I just keep looking around. 'Cause
Sometimes
they
I'll
tend
get
to-
up, and I'll look out the camper door, and the door's shut and the lights are off. I'm going, wow,
Yeah. Wow.
because normally the door's left open and the lights are left
Lights
on
are
because we
on.
don't feel like having to deal with plugging and unplugging them
Yeah.
in. But now that we got the light switch, it's just like,
Yeah.
it's really cool. So, oh, I was going to tell him about the dinner you gave me tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, the chicken. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's where
That's
we went
where
with
we
the
went
butt
with
rub. That's where I was
yeah.
going with the butt rub. See, I knew something would come around here before too long, but I was going to say, Miss Annette had this jar in her pantry, and it said Randy's butt rub. And Annette's daughter came over to visit, and she opened the pantry, and she goes, "Mom, what's this Randy's butt rub?"
Anyway, she got a good kick out of
She
telling us about
got
that.
a good kick out of it. Yeah, she
Yeah,
said
yeah.
she died laughing, and she told us about that, and I'll
Yeah.
never forget that story. But
Yeah.
that butt rub, Timmy used it on our chicken.
I used it on chicken.
For
You use it
dinner?
on everything.
We use it on everything.
pork, beef, chicken,
everything.
everything.
And it actually has a kind of like a smoky
Yeah.
grill flavor to it, even though it's not cooked on the grill.
Yeah, I just popped it.
Sure does taste like it came off the grill. And so I'm going to do a video on the butt rub because that's my thing.
Yeah.
And then the we got Farmaland Fords. Farmaland Fords. Well, good evening. It'll probably take about 5 minutes before you hear that.
Yeah.
Because somehow or some way we got some kind of major delay going on. We got Starlink and we got plenty of upload and download speed. I don't understand why there is such a delay. Everything on my end is, maybe I need to change the ingestion server on for YouTube that we use.
I don't know anything technical.
Of course not. But every time I try to talk about everything technical, you tell me shut up. Yeah, she does, don't she? Somebody come to my defense.
I do not.
It gets over Tammy's head. She doesn't think anybody else wants to hear about it. So and then she wants me to shut up. But yeah, the butt rub and then the barbecue sauce. We have a barbecue sauce that we use. It's very similar to Sonny's sweet honey or whatever. Is that what that is? Sweet smoky. I don't know.
Yeah, probably sweet and smoky.
Yeah,
I don't know.
sweet.
It's really, really good.
It's good.
It's-
You just take that chicken and you dip it in that.
Yeah, it is so good. So we had the the barbecue chicken with barbecue sauce.
Then we had
I made squash and onions.
fresh squash.
Yeah, fresh squash.
Yeah, we got our hands
onions,
on some fresh squash and
and
dice that
I
up.
made some coleslaw yesterday to take over to his friends, and so I had leftover coleslaw, and I had some mac and cheese in the freezer where we didn't eat it all, and so I took it out, thawed it out, so we had mac and cheese.
Well, I ate it all.
Yeah, and coleslaw and chicken. It was so good. It was a really good Sunday supper. And not a super lot of work because I already had.
But we were
some
talking about
of
that
it already
earlier
made.
because I've been eating like fish sticks out of a bowl,
Right.
and that's until we got this kitchen done because her stove was like shoved up over in a corner.
Yeah.
and and she couldn't find anything.
Yeah, and I couldn't find anything because everything was outside under tarps, under plastic. It
But
was a
now
mess.
we got 90% of the yard cleaned. I got just a couple things out there to
Yeah, we'll do a pan around to show you we did clean up the yard after.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that.
I mean, we have the trailer sitting there and all the stuff that was not gonna go.
Yeah, our yard looked like one of them yards like you driving through somebody's neighborhood and everything's just like tossed out into the yard and it's left there to rot. That kind of like what our yard looked like.
Yeah, but it's mostly all gone now. It's
But
all in the trailer.
But we actually want to we got a lot of great plans, over the next year between now and next spring that we want to accomplish. We want to get this place dressed out a little bit. Tammy wants to get some flowers put in, and we want to get back to gardening, and we're going to do that full time. So
actually the doing this, we really started too late because then it messed with me starting up the garden. But it's Florida. Money
around here flows real slow. You can only go as fast as the funds go. It's not like we got a credit card. We're gonna go buy all the wood and get all this work here done and then pay for it as we go.
But that's beside the point. But it did make us a little late. But it's Florida. I can catch up.
We could actually, when
we can catch up.
We get that check. Probably run and go buy all the plants already freaking started. And give us a head start. Next year we'll plant them.
I can get most of it.
I can't get enough work done fast enough. I mean, that's my issue. I am only one strong mule. Yeah. And when Tammy asks for something to be done, I am the only one that is capable of getting it done. And that's no lie. And I can only do so much. I ask her to do something. I can't do that. Tammy, why don't you go out here and do this?
No, I can't do that.
I can't do that. I'm not doing that. And I said, how'd I know you was going to say that?
Because he knows my limitations.
Where is the stove in front of Tammy? It's right there.
Yep, the stove is where the computer is.
Here, hold on. I'll show you guys the little setup right here. Okay. I know we don't normally do this, but I got the computer and the monitor and everything. That is actually sitting on top
of my stove.
On top of the stove. And there's the stove. It's up under there. It's serving as a
desk.
Studio. What do they call that? A studio work table. Whatever. That's okay. So anyway,
there you
go. I don't do that very, very often, but I just kind of wanted you to see about where everything was, Chris. And are we centered? Because I moved that camera. So
yeah, we're fine.
We're fine. We're a little off center. I messed it up, didn't I? Let's try that.
I have no idea.
Okay, how do you like all this live interaction and behind the scenes stuff that you wouldn't ever see in a regular video? We do that kind of stuff too. I mean, when we're recording. So what else we got going on? Chris joined us too late.
Yeah.
We already talked about ham radio. We was talking with Kat, and I'm getting ready to do today I was studying on getting ready to build a ham radio antenna. I want to get a hex beam, but I'm going to have to kind of, that's several $100, to even build one yourself. And but I'm gonna build a folded dipole. I'm gonna build a folded dipole. It's got better gain and from what I can tell, it'll outperform my fan dipole, and then I'm going to put it east and west so I can talk to our friend Elmer, Mr. Chris, up in Pennsylvania. The contest just ended. Oh, there was a contest this weekend. I've been busy, as you can see. Yesterday, what did we do yesterday?
We went to your friends.
That was in yesterday evening. But
We built crab traps or cut wire.
Oh yeah, we got to get these crab traps built.
Yeah.
Tammy spent all the money. We got down like $15 in the bank account. So I told her she couldn't go anywhere until these traps are built.
Oh.
So we was out there and working. We probably got a couple days on that, and then once we get that done, I'm going to make some. I'm going to make some ham radio videos, and I'm going to dedicate my first antenna video to Kat. She hates ham radio.
Okay. She doesn't hate it. She just.
Well, Chris showed up. I just want to let him know. No, Kat told me to dedicate my next antenna video to her.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you don't want to talk about that, what are we going to talk about, dear?
I have no idea.
Well, then when I start running my mouth and saying something, why do you want to stop me?
I didn't. What makes you think I wanted to stop you?
You do, because you go.
See, did anybody?
No, she goes.
Make any kind of
no. Do you
anything
watch her? You watch her
make him
talk out.
hush.
Watch her talk out the side of her mouth.
I didn't.
When you don't hear it, she's going.
I didn't.
She's going.
They can still see.
You need to talk about her mouth.
They can see.
You need to be quiet.
They can see.
You need to be quiet. You need to talk about something else. Why don't you start talking about something? Period.
Ask me something.
What's for dinner tomorrow, honey?
What's for dinner tomorrow? Leftovers. We had that whole chicken.
Oh, that's right. We still got.
I got a half a chicken.
Had another half a chicken.
Yeah.
And it's good. We're going to use that butt rub. Really not a whole lot other going on.
No.
The next, like I said, we're going to be probably jumping on that boat hot and heavy. And Tammy's going to be helping me because there's a lot of cleanup work that needs to be done. And so she'll be working on that while I'm starting to get the boat assembled. And I'm going to make her be my camera person. When y'all starting the garden?
I'm probably gonna start seeds.
We got to order the seeds.
Day after.
first.
No, I still got plenty.
Oh, you got seeds, yeah.
I'll probably start like Tuesday because we should get these traps done by Tuesday. I'm hoping to have them done by Tuesday, if not Wednesday. Then I'll put my seeds in.
Then she can start her seeds.
Yeah, I mean it pretty much now is when I usually do it anyway because it never fails. You're gonna get that cold spell right at the end of March, and it doesn't fail. We just had one last week. Got down to into the 30s in the evening, and so this week, next week is like the perfect time to start like squash and cucumbers and stuff. So that's what I'm gonna do. And we got this little hand tiller. I can probably motivate that thing at least to get the rows.
I'm gonna get a belt for the.
And then Randy's gonna fix the big tiller, and
I think last year I didn't. I was in the middle of tilling, and then I stopped because I thought it broke, but the drive belt came off and gave way, and that's I think the reason why the tines weren't turning. So I'm gonna buy a new belt so it has a good grip.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna try it again, and if that sucker works, I'm gonna be really mad because I thought it was broke, and I was already getting ready to take that thing apart. So because I picked it up and I spun the tills like that, and I went, darn, it broke a gear. But it was walking on the one side of it, looked over there, and I said, huh, that belt ain't even on the pulley. So I put the belt on the pulley and went back, and well, guess what? I just need a new belt.
And then Wanda, when are you and Rusty coming down? Anytime soon? where y'all could stop by.
She's 5 minutes behind, so
Yeah.
we probably finish up and go in there and call her before she before
I
she
get an
even sees
answer,
the
yeah.
video.
Okay. I guess that's pretty much it. I guess we.
Yeah. Oh, Chris will probably appreciate this because I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan and he's in Pennsylvania.
Uh-huh.
But I can't. Every time I see a Pittsburgh Steelers article, I'm just wondering if Aaron Rodgers is going to return.
Yeah, there's a rumor going around.
Well, the thing of it is, he said that they haven't even made him an offer yet. So how can he say, I'll come back and play for you?
Right.
If they haven't even made him an offer.
Right.
So they're probably waiting for him to say, yes, I want to play. Well, but he's waiting for them to say, okay, how much money are you going to pay me? I think he had an $8 million contract last year. Yeah. Probably wouldn't do it for less than 10 now.
Wow.
But whatever. Yeah. Okay, that's how far behind we are.
Yeah, I see that. Yep.
After Easter?
Yeah. So right after Easter, y'all come by here. See all this good stuff we're doing.
Tammy wants to show you her kitchen, sis.
Yeah, I'll show you everything. I mean, it's coming along really good. Yep.
We still got a lot.
Right along. We got a long way to go, but it's coming along, right?
Yeah, in another month, I mean, there's even going to be even more of an impact. Yeah. Like I told Tammy after, that Social Security check started kicking in and I can give it a little bit more time and a little bit more funds. I told her things, over the next year are going to be a whole lot different, and they are shaping up.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, this is the thing. She thought I never wanted to work or fix anything at all. Okay, she thought I was just going to be lazy. She thought I just was never going to touch anything. But, like I've said over all these months,
it's always on the list. I mean, you have to understand it's always on the list.
It's on the list.
And it seems like that list.
You need capital funding for all the projects she wants to be done, and then the time and effort that we've had to actually build these damn crab traps. I'm sorry about my language right there. Okay, I didn't mean to say that, but I would anyway. Building them crab traps, because you don't make a whole lot of money doing to it. And you got to dedicate a lot of your time in order, and we were building the crab traps because we were in short run in a short dash to get into Social Security. So, we stuck with that after I pulled the boat out of the water because there were no crabs. And so we just stuck to building the traps until the Social Security kicked in. And it kept us out here. Okay. It kept food on the table and it paid what little bit of bills we needed to pay, but we had to keep doing it. And it wouldn't end. And I know you've heard that 1,000 times if you watch this channel very much. But yeah, now that things are getting oh yeah, right. She's talking with her stepmom on the phone. And so Tammy is saying, Randy says he's going to do this. Randy says he's going to do that. She's talking to her on the phone, right? And then I heard her say, well, that Randy, he's got a lot of talent. That boy has got a lot of talent. She said, you got you a good one. And then she goes, yeah, if he'd only use that talent. And I'm sitting right there, okay? It's not like I'm not in the room. So I said, what are you talking about? So every day I was out, when I got my next Social Security check and I went out and bought all the wood and we had the materials and I had the time to do this, things started happening. So I'd walk in and out of the camper. How do you like me now? How do you like me now?
He did.
Am I using my talent sufficiently enough for you? I said, did I do enough for you today? True story. True story. I'm not picking on her, but that's what I got to live with.
You don't have to.
Well, if you're not happy with my talents, I mean, I do just like everybody else tells everybody else. There's your door. But that's not what we do around here. But I am a very talented and very capable person. And she got this kitchen now. She ain't gonna say nothing. She
Nope,
better not say nothing.
Not a word.
Because I ain't even got repaid for all this love I poured into this kitchen. If you call it kitchen, I don't know what you call this. This is you cook and you
It's
can
a
actually
kitchen.
sit here and eat.
It's a kitchen.
And you got all the shelves. So this is a kitchen, cook shed,
Cook shed, kitchen.
storage, cook shed. So anyway, but yeah, it's a very doable space, and I'm proud of it. I'm happy about it. Tammy actually told me she was proud of me.
I did.
Oh, she did that on the live 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I did.
She said, I'm so proud of Randy. I ain't heard that in a long time. So, but see what you get to look forward to after you get about 38 years old. You get into it. Or 38 years of marriage, not 38 years old.
Right.
I wish I was 38 years old again.
No, I don't want to go backwards. No.
If I knew then what I know now.
It don't work like that, though.
Yeah, I know. So anyway, I really ain't got much of anything to do but pick on Tammy. So unless she's got something that she'd like to throw out there.
No, it's about that time.
If it, we'll wait 5 more minutes. When you think you're done, do something else. When you think you're done, what does she mean? When you think you're done. Of course, she's listening. We got a delay on this thing here.
Yeah,
so
I know.
We can't even. I'm going to try to fix that next week. I'm going to try to, reset that delay. Tammy is really a prep person now. Oh yeah, you just don't. She had all this stuff.
I had all this to begin with. You just couldn't see it.
It was all in the bucket. I couldn't even maneuver back there behind the stove to do the recording because I'd have to yell at her every day. How am I supposed to record a video? How am I supposed to
move this, move that, move this, move that? I was so sick of hearing move this, move that. I don't have to touch nothing.
And I told her
I don't have to touch anything.
I told her if I come out here and there was something in the middle of this floor or you said something in my way, I'm gonna make you move it and pick it up and do something with it right away. I did, didn't I? Mm-hmm. That, or I'll just take it and I'll throw it out the door. It don't belong in here. If it ain't on a shelf and it ain't got a spot or its own bucket, it needs to go. It's like everything out in the yard right now. I told her whatever gets left out in the yard after you get totally set up and done in here is going in the trailer and headed to the dump. Because we are well, you know what they say, we're kicking ass and taking names. We're going to get this yard cleaned up and we're going to be serious about it. Yeah. And we got to hurry up and get serious about mowing this yard too. Yeah. I said, okay, we'll get to it a couple weeks after we get this done, and now we're looking at.
Yeah, now it's tall.
Now we're looking at the woods.
And we haven't had any rain, so yeah. If it rains tomorrow, like they say it's gonna, yeah, we better get that mower running.
We're gonna get that done. I need to get the boat done, and once that boat is put together, we got to go through all the traps too. We got to go through the traps and get them all straightened up, all cleaned up, all re-rigged. I got to order the tags. I'm gonna get the tags all put on them. And then we're going to work towards getting that in the water. That's going to be our main project. And then as soon as all that is done, that's actually going to turn into a work schedule. You know, we'll probably transition from building the traps. And then once I get the traps back in the water, then I only got to make a run about once a week, or I'll make 2 half runs over the course of the week. Give me something to do during the week. If I ain't building crab traps, I'm probably going to go stir crazy. But I love taking the boat out, and I love pulling traps up. I love looking down in there and seeing that flounder. I love looking down in there and seeing them blue crabs. I love seeing them boxes all lined up along the wall. You know, so maybe I'll do that for like 2 half days out of the week, and that'll be our work, and then that'll get us, you know, what few $100s we need here and there. I don't know. I got to find a, you know, regular buyer.
Yeah.
But other than that, that's pretty much what I'm hoping for. I don't know if I can. I just took a 800 milligram ibuprofen this morning, and my hip and my other joints are actually doing pretty good.
Are they?
Yeah. So I'll probably end up doing that for a little while because I wiggle. Am I boring you?
No.
What would you like to do? What would you like to say? We're fitting to go.
Yeah,
I mean, just because I get a brain fart and keep talking doesn't mean that, you know, we can't go.
I just want to say I appreciate everybody that shows up for these lives and listens to us be just whatever this is, and just thank you. Just thank you. Yeah. Thanks for watching the videos. That's it.
Yeah. Well, he said his wife goes through his ham shack and tells him he needs to throw some stuff out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, Chris, if you've got like an amplifier or anything, and you're gonna sell it, you know, let me know what's going on with it, and if it's, you know, halfway decent, and if it's within the dollar ranges that I can afford, you know, I'll you know, do whatever I can. We're gonna have we're gonna have what they call a swap meet. We're gonna have a swap meet here soon, and so I'm gonna like see what there is at this swap meet that I can, you know, put towards my collection. Because I told we were talking. Here we go again.
All right.
I was talking with Tammy. I'm just gonna say this. I was talking with Tammy because, you know, my goal is to get all these projects and chores out of the way so I can dedicate myself to you know, to the, you know, my hobbies, the ham radio and guitar. I love to play the guitar, and I haven't picked it up probably since we've started the channel. But once I get past all these other chores and having to fix this or that and the other, then you know, I'm gonna, you know, I want to get more into the radio and playing my guitar. And one project, oh, I didn't even mention this. After we get the boat done, we're headed to the camper.
Yeah.
That camper is going through a major going front to back. You know, I've got major front to back remodel the inside. We got to put a new floor in there. The grandson flooded the camper 2-3 years ago, and water, I guess, down there is slowly softened the floor, and we're kind of like sidestepping it. But I got to get this done. So as soon as that boat gets put together, we're going to be replacing that floor. We're going to be painting. I'm going to put some awnings over the slide outs, and, you know, the whole top of the roof is going to be like recoated. And yeah, so we got a lot of projects coming up.
Yeah, got lots to do.
Lots to do. Tammy wants to get into these bees.
Yeah, we're gonna get into the bees.
Yeah, he gave us a bee box. So I guess what I'll do is, he said somebody gave it to him. The one guy bought it thinking he was going to get into bees and didn't get into bees, so he gave it to Doug, and Doug knew that we were interested in starting, you know, and wanting to do bees, And so, he said, why haven't you gotten started? And I go, we
Yeah,
just
it
need a
takes a
little
lot
bit
of
of money.
money. You
But he's actually showing us how it really doesn't
cost a whole lot.
cost a whole lot to even, to get started
Yeah.
with the bees,
Yeah.
because we even sat there and he even told us how you can catch swarms.
Yeah.
Set up a bait box up in the tree, and these bees go around and they just fly all over the place. And if they get a whiff of this lure, they'll be 5 miles away. And they'll fly over here and they'll go in the box and they'll check it out and they'll walk all around and they'll go, "Oh, this is pretty good.
Yeah.
We can fit the whole hive in here."
Here. Yeah.
And so he'll fly back and he'll bring a few more bees back with him, and show them where it's at. Next thing you know, bam, you got a whole swarm of bees.
You got a whole bee hive
inside the box, and it's a special mixture for a lure on that. And that is, I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. So
I thought that was.
we're gonna
Oh,
get the bees.
another thing he said, if you take a bee box, if they go off and you take it and you move it 2 feet, they come back
They
and
will
they're
never
lost.
find it.
They'll
Yeah,
never find
He
it.
said they'll never find it. It has to be exactly in the same
It
spot.
has to be in the exact same spot. Because it's like their radar. They got GPS. It's kind of like a drone.
Yeah.
You send it off and tell it to come home. That's where it's supposed to
Home
be.
is home.
Home is home.
It's not 2 feet away. It's home.
Yeah, I thought that was really, really. I thought all that was really interesting. But we can talk about more of that because we're gonna have to do a bee video.
Yeah, we'll have to do video for when we get the bees, and I am going to start making homemade soap. At Christmas time, I wanted, to get homemade soap for baskets for family members or whatever. I paid $8 a bar for homemade soap. I know good and well a bar of soap does not cost $8. So I'm going to make my own soap and sell it for $8. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm
sell
gonna do.
Sell it for a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cost of a cup of coffee.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I mean, I'm not going to get in the soap making business, but
no
I really like homemade soap. It just feels better on your skin. To me, it seems like it lasts longer. It's just, I really like homemade soap. I mean, I make all my other soaps. I don't know why I can't make body soap. So
yeah, I
and
thought
I
you
have most
made
of
body
the
soap
equipment.
at one time.
No, I've never made.
No,
no, I've made everything else, but I've never made body soap. But I'm gonna make it now.
You're gonna get into it.
I'm gonna get in.
That's something she has been saying that for the last couple years.
Yeah, for the last couple of years, I've really wanted to do that, and because, like I said, I've been paid $8 a bar, and that's just crazy.
Is it $8 a bar?
It's $8 a bar.
That must be a big bar.
No, it's a regular. I mean, it's a little bigger than
You talking about the naphtha bar soap?
No.
You're talking about just a bar dial?
No.
How much is one of them packs?
The purple soap out there that I use to take a bath with.
How much is a 6-pack of dial soap cost?
Probably what? Nowadays, maybe $12 for dial for a 6-pack, right? Is that close?
We have to look at that.
You'd have to look. I'm not sure. I don't buy dial. I mean, you don't even.
No, I was just wondering because that's that bacterial soap that they say that you can use.
Yeah, no. But anyway, I'm going to do soap making, and we're going to do beekeeping.
Ham radio.
And the ham radio, and the cooking videos, and there
and
you
the
go.
Crabbing videos.
That's 2026.
20 crabbing video. I don't know. It depends on when they get the boat in the water. We're gonna go scalloping hopefully this year.
Oh yeah, in June we want to go scalloping.
When scallop season.
Take the grandkids so they can get all scallops.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they can stay underwater longer than us.
Last time we went scalloping, I took my scuba gear out there.
Yeah, but it's too shallow for that. I mean,
no. I mean, not when you get 6 foot of water now.
Mm.
That's 6 foot, man. You can get some big scallops down there, and they're all over the place. But as far as like 3 or 4 foot of water, yeah, that's a little. But if you can get in, because they move around and they're going to be everywhere, and if you get into 6 foot of water, you can.
Yeah. Okay.
That actually works out pretty good because you can't hold your breath that long.
Right. No. But the grandkids can. They can go up and down, up and down, up and down. They love that stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm sure we can get a mess.
Yeah, we'll do that. So, and there's plenty of other things coming on. They just come as we can afford them, guys.
Yeah.
And the videos will be there. We're not necessarily just making videos. We when we started doing the videos, we looked back on our life, and you said, and we said we didn't have a whole lot
Yeah.
of anything. Any kind of material or photographs, or we had no pictures of the boat.
Yeah.
We've got a few, but they're so sparse. And pictures of the kids and the grandkids and all the fun that we had. Because you take a picture with your phone, and then your phone gets destroyed and you
And
lose
then
it.
you lose
We were
everything.
not good about
Yeah.
posting those to
Clouds.
to the cloud. We really Facebook or whatever. The younger generation, I guess they're all in tune with that.
Yeah.
But a lot of these videos are going to documenting
Right.
everything that we're doing.
Yeah.
So that we can kind of look back on it. We watch our own videos every once in a while when we go back and watch. Sometimes it can be difficult when you watch it. You go, "Ooh, I made that video. I hope somebody likes it." But I guess I hope that maybe later on the grandkids will have a little bit more respect for elderly advice as they grew up. And
They love the videos.
They love the videos.
The two older ones that and they're older. They're like 12 and 12 and 10. 9.
Corbin?
Yeah. Connor and Corbin watch the videos.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. So.
And
they'll call and say, "Oh, I liked your video. That was cool."
Yeah, Grant likes to watch the videos. If you pull him over, you want to see Papa's latest video? Yeah. And show it to him. So, but once he gets to the point, our kids, they don't want to have nothing to do with watching anything on any of our videos. They said that Dad, I ain't watching no videos Dad does.
It's too much advice in there.
It's too well that and right now I'm just kind of like I'm actually trying to enjoy life. I'm not trying to get serious about it at all anymore. I've only got what years I got left, and I want to actually enjoy those, and I don't want to get my head bit off. And it's kind of like just record these videos for the kids. All right, you talking outside of your mouth again? No. You just said something, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did. You said all right. All right.
I did not.
All right. I don't know how to explain that. A lot of this I talked to her about. You guys just happen to get to hear it. And so I guess that's gonna wrap it up, ain't it?
Yep.
We can be done.
Mm-hmm.
What time we got?
I don't know.
Oh, you guys got an hour and a half out of us today.
Yeah.
So yeah, just kind of stick around. Tammy will be doing some cooking videos here very shortly, and I'll get those put out, and then we'll just see how everything starts transpiring over the next few months, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. What do you want to say?
Well, we had one more question pop up, and it's for you because it's Barberton, and then
I've been to Barberton.
We are going to go.
My mom owned a laundromat in Barberton.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what she said. Are y'all from Barberton? I'm not.
I'm well, my my parents, my dad is from Coventry and my mom is Manchester. And so my mom, when I was born, we lived in Ohio, and we left when I was about 2 months old. We ended up in Florida, and I spent all of Florida growing up. And when my mom went through her first and only so far divorce, she's fit to be married 50 years this next May. But when she was going through her divorce, she moved us up to Manchester, where most of her family was, and that's where my grandmother was. And during that time frame up there, that's when she met my dad. My dad got her set up. I call him my dad. You know, I mean, you figure 50 years. Uh, and plus, he adopted me when I was, um, younger. He set her up in a laundromat in Barberton, and then we used to always go to Belgrade's
That's why she's
restaurant. Yeah, we used to always go to Belgrade's. And Belgrade's, oh, that was always such a treat, because Belgrade's was so good. And we the hot sauce and long skinny fries, you take them and you dip them in that hot sauce, boom, throw them in your mouth. But we traditionally make the Belgrades. My grandmother, you want me? Do I need to get into that?
You can do whatever you want.
Well, I was just going to say, because my grandmother was actually dating one of the guys, or one of the owners or partners or whatever, of Belgrade's, and so she was able to go back into the kitchen. They don't actually make it like we do. The way we have to make it is not kind of like theirs, because they have these big old pots, full of just chicken and chicken broth and stuff like that, but so we have to kind of condense it, and she kind of guided us into how making it actually so that it works out to be just like Belgrade's hot sauce. And my dad, my dad, I mean, he eats it the same way all the time.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. Not from Barberton, but yeah, we close to it.
Yeah.
I saw your sauce video. I was born in Barberton. Yeah. Courtney, there's another girl. Her name, she used to be real active on watching our channel, and she's from Barberton. Who was that? That was
I know who you're talking about, but I can't remember right now what her handle was.
gosh almighty. We have another viewer that does watch. Anytime I post a beef video, I can just about be sure that she'll show up and make a comment, because she loves beef. And I actually can't. Beth is her name.
Yeah, Beth. That's it. That's
her
right.
name is Beth, and she
Beth
is
Raz.
yeah, Beth Raz or something like that. She actually lives in Barberton, and so let's see who I don't know of anybody else from up that way that has tuned in regular. That's up from that area. So I'm not going to think any harder about that. Okay. But yeah, love that Belgrade stuff. And somebody had told us that they had shut down. And so when we did that video, we were under the impression that Belgrade had closed and had shut down. And I've been notified 2 or 3 times off of those videos that they're open. So I don't know if they told us they was closed down because they got closed for COVID. I don't know. But I am so glad that they are open. And I still got family up there. I've got uncles and cousins and, out the wazoo up in Ohio. And if I ever get back up there, I am definitely going to want to go to Belgrade's. Yeah. Aren't you?
Yeah.
They closed the Canton location. Barberton is open. That might be what somebody was saying.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was.
I didn't know they actually had a Canton location. Maybe that was opened up after, we had left many, 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 many moons ago. Yeah. But Barberton was, that was the mainstay right there. Yeah. Belgrade's. I remember my mom peeling out in a Lincoln. It was in the middle of winter time, right? And they had ice like 2 inches thick. And so we go to Belgrade's to go pick up our dinner. And so then we start to leave, and then Mom starts spinning her tires, right?
Oh no.
And so she's just laying on the road, and the smoke is just pouring out the back.
I could see.
And this guy goes, "Lady, you better knock that off." My mom couldn't have been what? How maybe 35,
Yeah.
35, 36 years old. And so here she is peeling out. Now, I wasn't in the car. I was standing out. I don't know why, but I got this vision of these tires just smoking. I think they told me to get out of the car before I got hurt.
Oh.
Okay, but she was blowing black smoke, blue smoke from the tire rubber. And the lady, "You need to stop that." And she goes, "Oh, that's okay. My husband owns a transmission shop." And it was Miller's Transmission. It was on 619. I don't know if they still got the Portage Lakes was right across the street, and so there was Portage Lakes Plaza. You might actually know where that is, but there was a 2-bay gas station sitting right there, and that's right 1 block over from the sheriff's department. We got popped one time because we bombed the sheriff's department with snowballs, and they came back, and we ran. They actually only saw my little brother Jeff, right? Because he ran out to the side of the road, went bam, and when we took off. But yeah, oh gosh, yeah, that reminds me of so many days up there up north. Okay,
Time to go.
are you whispering to me?
Time to go.
Time to.
We told them we was going,
go.
and then we got a question,
Yeah.
and then we went on and on.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I went to Manchester High, in case
Yeah.
in case you're wondering. I was in Nemesis Elementary and then Manchester Middle when they actually opened it the very first year, and then Manchester High. That was a rundown school. I don't know if they remodel or build onto it, but we're gonna go.
Yeah.
Okay. We will talk at y'all later. Like, subscribe, and share. What do you say, honey?
We will see you in
Say
the
bye.
next one.
We'll see you in the
Bye.
next one. Okay. I still got to hit the button.
Okay, hit the button.
Okay. Y'all have a great night. We love y'all. Y'all take care, and thanks for joining us. 73s there, Mr. Chris. 88, Tammy. You know what 88 means? Hugs and kisses. I click stop. Stop.